Welcome to Garden Rewards, and if you're new here, my name is Wendy, so welcome to the channel. So about 6 weeks ago I decided to make my own pickled shallots, and I only made one jar because I wanted to see how it would turn out, and actually it was rather nice, and I just wanted to show you how I did it. They're so easy to make now because you can buy the shallots from the supermarket, and I remember growing up my dad used to grow them in his garden, then harvest them, dry them out, and then cut them up and pickle them. But obviously it's definitely worth making, and this is all you need. You need your shallots, your salt, your white vinegar, and some selected jars, and obviously the more jars you accumulate, the more pickled shallots you can make, but they're definitely worth doing, and this is how I made mine. So I've got my chopping board and my knife ready, and anyone who hasn't made pickled shallots before, be prepared, because you'll get to your fourth or fifth shallot and it does make your eyes smart a little bit, but I do battle through and get it done because it's worth doing. So as you're peeling them, just add a few to the jar as you're doing them. And when you get roughly a layer of onions, that's when you want to add some salt. So each time you do a layer, you add some salt, and the purpose of it is you need to take out as much moisture in the onion as possible. Otherwise, if you don't, when you come to pickle them, they'll be too soft. So the salt helps draw out any moisture in the onion. So you do a layer, add salt, you do a layer and add some more salt. So once you've filled up the jar of shallots and added the last bit of salt in, we've got to leave them 24 hours now for the salt to draw out the rest of the moisture in the shallots. And this helps for the shelf life once you've pickled them and added the vinegar in. So we'll come back tomorrow to do the next part of the pickling. So it's been a full 24 hours, and what's left is the jar of onions that's reduced down in size a little bit, and what's accumulated at the bottom is all the moisture that's come out of the onion. What we've got to do now is empty all the jars out, rinse the jars out and dry them, and also rinse the onions as well. We don't want to keep the salt in the jar because it will just affect the taste of the onion. It will make it too salty. So we're going to rinse it all out and we'll come back. now we've patted all the onions dry, we want to add them back into the jars, and then we can add the vinegar. So now I've added all the white vinegar to the jars, the fun can start, because you can either leave it just in the vinegar and just let it pickle in the white vinegar, or you can add things in. The last time I added crushed chilies, because that adds a little bit of a kick to it, which we really like. And also I've got some whole black peppers, so I think I'm going to do 2 with chilies and 1 with black pepper. So once you've added everything into your jars of shallots that you want in there, you need to pop the lid on really tightly and leave it for at least a month in a cool, dark environment, and then you can enjoy them with cheese, salad, ploughman's lunch or fish and chips. And we'll come back in a month's time, we'll do a taste test, but for now I'll just pop a little video on of what the last jar looked like, which didn't last long, and I don't think yours will too. But have a lovely week, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.